This episode today is about a long-time product review of my Makita router, in combination with the MAKPAC set. Today I would like to introduce the features of the router in the set and show the possible usage scenarios in the video. Let's have a look what comes with the Makita MAKPAC set. The router is delivered in a MAKPAC system case. In this case you can transport the tools easily and safely. In addition, it can be connected with other MAKPAC systems cases so that several tools can be stacked safely. The Makita router is a one-hand router, a lightweight router that can be used for a wide range of tasks for the carpenter or also for hobby use. With this router you can cut various grooves, you can cut decorative edges, you can use it for trimming, you can cut out inlays. In addition to the machine, the set includes various attachments that are suitable for different applications. Here I show the complete list of accessoires that I got with my set. Keep in mind the large Makita rib fence that will often be shown in the product photos is not included, it's optional, only the smaller version of the rib fence is included in the MAKPAC set. The machine comes in a very robust aluminium housing and with a weight of 1.8 kilograms, it's very lightweight, which is a big advantage for handheld milling tasks. The big advantage of the Makita handheld router is that it is quite powerful, despite of its small size and that it has only 710 watts of power. The handheld router is easy to guide in the hand without much vibration and it's relatively silent. Here are the most important details. Please have a look into the specs. I will add the link to the manual in the video description. The machine is designed for milling wood, plastic and similar materials and equipped with a soft start and an adjustable speed range that can be changed by using the speed control dial in a range from 10,000 to 30,000 rpm. The motor module has constant electronics with a soft start function. The router comes with 6 and an 8mm clamping sleeve. Only the 8mm collet has a weakness because the 8mm collet is only one slotted and the cutter cannot be clamped well. You have to use the provided wrenches and quite a bit of force to clamp the cutter properly. The 6mm collet is slotted 4 times and works well. Again, you must clamp the cutter with the supplied wrenches so that the cutter cannot easily come loose. In addition to the motor unit, the machine comes with 3 additional milling modules, the Plunge router base, the edge milling module and the angle milling module. As already explained, the router comes with various milling modules. Check the clamping of the milling modules with some care. If the clamping is set too weakly, it will loosen directly and the depth setting will adjust too easily. You can make the clamping a little bit tighter by slightly tightening the nut. This also has the advantage that the depth setting of the machine can be operated more sensitively If this video is helpful for you, please don't forget to like or subscribe. This motivates me to create more content like this. And you can loosen the clamping lever a little bit and then adjust the depth. Let's have a look at the Plunge router base. The base module of the router is made of aluminium and other metal parts and some hard plastic pieces. Overall, it's very robust. The lever for locking the router height is easy to reach, but as already explained, some force is needed to secure it in place. It has a reasonable plunge depth of roughly 40 mm into the workpiece. And the router has an easy to use depth fine adjustment with 3 preset depth stops. The removable clear plastic cover protects you from flying chips. The base accepts industry standard template guides and allows the attachment of a rib fence that is included in the kit. Now let's have a look at the edge milling base module. And the angle milling module are included in the set and also made out of aluminium. In addition, the rib fence can be attached to the module. The fence in combination with the edge router can also be used for circular milling. The modules have a lifting height up to 40 mm and a handle with a rubber coating. Here is the use of the rib fence in combination with the edge milling module. On the one hand, the fence can be used to guide the router parallel to the edge of a workpiece. And on the other hand, the setting can be changed and the rib fence can be used for circular milling tasks. angle of the angle router module can be adjusted between -30 to 45 degrees and is ideal for angle edge routing or as a flash router or trimmer. In combination with a guide, the module can also be used very well for chamfering edges. The router is very smooth running and can also be used for freehand milling without a guide. Of course, not necessarily for letters, but for example for smaller pockets or cutouts. This is very helpful and you get the job done very quickly. In addition, there are also pantographs available that can be used with the router. The MAKPAC set came with a 16mm template guide bushing and a 10mm template guide bushing that can be used with the edge routing module. Here is a short example using the 16mm template guide bushing. First I install the template guide bushing and then I use a template to guide the router. In addition, the MAKPAC set comes with a 10mm template guide bushing that can be used with the edge routing module. A big advantage of the Makita router is that there are many commercial and non-commercial tools and accessories for the router. There are also 3D printing templates and accessories on the typical 3D model sites such as Thingiverse and others. Here is a template for circular milling and another example for a mounting unit for the router module. For example, to mount it on a CNC machine. Now let's have a short look at the pros and cons regarding the Makita router. The router has a good quality and price-performance ratio with a lot of good accessories. Another small minus point is the rib fence, which comes in a very basic version, but to be honest, for the most use cases it will be sufficient. However, there are holes and therefore you can attach a wooden piece to have a longer and more stable wooden fence. Another point is that the height lock of the router module only holds securely with a lot of force. The on-off switch is another serious risk It is dangerous to install an open toggle switch like this. It's easy to accidentally touch the switch when changing the cutter, and therefore you can be seriously injured. Be a safety conscious craftsman and unplug the machine before changing the router bit. Well, that's it for today. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This helps me a lot and motivates me to make more content. If you have any questions, leave a note in the comment section. If I have the time, I will answer them as fast as possible. That's it for today. Have a good time. Bye. Free time.